Yo, the so-called AI experts charge you thousands to build what I'm about to show you for free. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to build and deploy your first MCP server using FastMCP Python library. Now, the best part of this tutorial, I'll roughly use 10 lines of code to get you started with building your first custom MCP, and then you can deploy it in Replit. And then by the end of this video, you're going to be using this in Claude Desktop yourself. You can literally copy and paste the template I'm about to share with you, so watch till the end. If you're not familiar with the Model Context Protocol, this is something that came out from Anthropic, the same Anthropic that built Claude. It came out last year and it's been gaining serious momentum. So we first saw it in Claude Desktop app where you can connect directly with your tools, but now we're seeing integrations with Cursor and Windsurf. I'm going to quickly show you a demo how this works in Claude Desktop. I have Claude Desktop downloaded in my local computer, and you'll notice this hammer icon. So this is the icon that tells me the number of tools available in Claude Desktop, and you can add these tools yourself, right? And then you can also basically call these tools when you're interacting with it. For example, if I say run the Hello World tool, it's going to now run the Hello World tool, and I have to approve the autonomous operation. And you can see now it ran the Hello World tool. It's basically a simple tool. Your first custom MCP should be a Hello World tool as well. Just quickly validates that this works. So it gets an input and gets an output. The output is just a hello world from MCP. Okay, I'm going to show you what that looks like in the code. But when you're looking at Claude Desktop, the way it understands the number of tools available is through something called a configuration file. It's a JSON configuration file that attaches the MCP server or the list of servers so that the Claude can call these tools, right? And for this demo, we're going to be using Replit, and this is going to be your first MCP server. The template is also going to be available for you. As you can see, it's roughly around 10 lines of code, and it's going to have just one file called main.py file. It has one tool available called hello, and the hello is going to return a message called hello from MCP. So whenever you run the tool, it's going to send this message. The great thing also I like about Replit is you have a deployment server. So once you have developed your product, you tested it a little bit, now you can deploy it in their production environment. Okay, so it's very simple and easy to use. All right, now before I jump into the coding part, I want to quickly show you what is an MCP. How does the MCP work? So MCP, in simple words, it standardizes how AI models communicate with external resources, data, tools. Think of it as a USB-C for AI connections. So in MCP world, there's literally three components here: the client, the server, and tools. The client in this case is going to be Claude Desktop, because we're using Claude Desktop to interact with the server, and it's going to use the MCP protocol to call these servers. And this is the same MCP server we're going to build today that will talk to your Claude Desktop. And lastly is the tools, and this is the Hello World tool that we're going to be developing today. Okay, first and foremost, what happens behind the scenes when you start a conversation with Claude Desktop or your AI application? It basically sends a request to all the MCP servers that it has available, and it asks for a list of available tools. The server that we created, this is an MCP server, so this also has a documentation for list of tools that it has available, right? So as you can see, the Hello World application or MCP that we're going to create has a documentation as well. This gets sent to Claude. Now when Claude determines that you want to use any of these tools, for example the Hello World tool, it then sends a request to the MCP server to invoke that tool. So it basically runs that tool, and your server processes the request, and Claude incorporates that information back to the format that you're looking for. Okay, so since we're developing this in Python, we're going to be using FastMCP, and it's a Python library that's designed to simplify the creation of MCP servers. And it's fast, it's simple, it's Pythonic, it's complete, and did I tell you it's open source? So if you want to check out the FastMCP GitHub repository, I'm going to put the link in the description. Check it out. So when you're in this Replit environment for the first time, you're going to navigate to the main.py file, and then you're going to see this code available to you. Now, if you are an AI agency owner or a serious entrepreneur and you're feeling stuck, you feel frustrated, you feel like you're doing more work than you should be, you're trying to figure out these complicated workflows created by humans, agents, maybe your next door neighbor, maybe your grandma, maybe caffeinated squirrel, and you're wondering there has to be a better way. It almost feels like instead of having a robot butler who make coffee for me, the robot is making me make the coffee. You're feeling frustrated, you're feeling angry. So don't worry, my friend, I got you. Book a free call with me and we'll set you up with a game plan. I've helped hundreds of AI agencies and entrepreneurs just like you, set them on the right path so you're no longer stuck. You're building your AI agents, you're building your custom solution, whether it's MCPs, agents, SaaS, you name it. First, you're going to run this to make sure that this works. The great thing with Replit, it downloads any necessary libraries you need for running this application. This template already is pre-configured, so you don't have to download anything extra. And yeah, when you run it, you're going to see something like this, like a black screen right here. You can click on the new tab and then you're going to see the entire server URL. So this is the development server URL. It's temporary. At least gives you an idea that this is working and it's ready. You can also do \MCP or \docs to actually now check all the documentation for these servers. So FastAPI already incorporates a really nice way for you to quickly test the MCPs, and you could try it out just from this documentation itself, so you don't have to run any QURL commands normally, which is used to test out any functions or tools. So as you can see, this returned a message that it worked. Now we're going to go to Claude.ai.desktop. This is where we're going to download our Claude desktop app. So I recommend you do the same for Windows or Mac, whichever is your operating system. Then we are also going to download Node.js. Node.js.org can basically download the Windows version. This is the same version I'm using for running Node.js locally. After you have downloaded Node.js, you can run this command npm version or npx version. So you can run this and it should give you the versions. So this validates that Node.js is installed. Now, when you open up Claude Desktop for the first time, on the top left corner, you're going to see settings. Then you're going to click on developer and you'll notice I have the MCP available. Now, I already added my MCP server configuration here. So you see the URL. This is the URL for the production level MCP server. So I've added this documentation here already. So when you do the same on yours, Claude Desktop should be able to pick it up. So you can just replace it with your own server URL. So I'm going to go back to the server and I'm going to take that URL. This is the development server, not the production, but you can still use it, test it out temporarily. Once you switch it to the production server, you can just swap out the links. All right, so this is the development server right now, just connected, and make sure you have the MCP suffix at the end. Go ahead and save the file and your server should be connected now to Claude Desktop. You could also do a sanity check by stopping the server and running it again just to make sure everything's connected. I also recommend you go to the task manager and then remove any background processes that are happening for Claude, just so you can start up a fresh instance of Claude Desktop. Now, when you open up Claude Desktop again, give it a few seconds and it's going to start populating with the tools available. You can see now it has the Hello World tool. You can go back to the developer console and then you can see that it's now connected to that MCP server we just created. All right, the blue icon that says running, that is a good sign. That means it's connected and ready to go. Now you can go ahead and close it out and then start up a conversation. I could just simply say run the Hello World tool. It will also understand intent even if you don't directly say this, but it will know based on the tools that are available what to do. Okay, so now you can see the Hello World tool is running. It says hello from MCP. So to quickly recap, we covered what is MCP. We understood what are the tools available. We can use FastMCP for simplifying MCP servers in Python. And then we use Replit to build and deploy our MCP server. Okay, and then we have connected to Claude Desktop locally. We've installed Claude Desktop and Node.js. And this matters because now it opens up new capabilities for your own custom agents. You can create custom workflows, real-time data, tool execution. This is the foundation skill for any next-gen AI builders. So if you thought that was impressive, so if you thought that was great, cool. If you thought that was great, cool. But trust me, we're just scratching the surface with this, and there's a lot more to learn. So go ahead and take the AI Agent Challenge so we can evaluate where you are in your journey. And also, watch these two videos, which are going to give you a little bit more insight into building custom MCPs or agents or your very own SaaS. All right. So when you're ready, drop the silly chatbots, drop the rigid automation, and unleash the full potential of your custom agents. Okay, this is Imtiaz. See you next time.